Hi everyone, Flaming Footy here and welcome back to another YouTube video on the channel. And today guys, we are going to be continuing our big round reviews. Yes, our big round reviews. Now in today's video, we are going to be reviewing all of round 11 of the 2022 AFL season. Of course, this round was the final big round full of 9 games before round 15. So we've got a little while before the big round reviews will be returning. But of course, in between, we'll still be doing the little ones as well. But anyway, today, massive video. We're going to try and smash through as quickly as possible, as we always try and do. But we're going to be reviewing every game from round 11. We had some absolute crackers. We're not going to waste any time. We'll go ahead, get right into things. Starting off, Friday night, SCG, Sydney versus Richmond. So the last time Richmond played at this ground, they went down by 100 points. But this time, they have changed things and only went down by 6 points. Sydney 16-10, 106. Defeat Richmond 15-10, 100. Now, it could have been controversial late in the game, whether it was a 50-metre penalty to Richmond or not. But it wasn't in the end, handing the Swans the victory. And either way, the Swans would have collected points from this game. Otherwise, it would have been the two had Dion Prestia had the 50-metre penalty kicked a goal. Now, the thing that was really interesting about this game, though, was that Sydney basically never led. They led for the first term for a bit, but the Tigers were the better team, actually, to be completely honest, and they really choked up a lead. It was the third quarter that really did it, but the last quarter was where Sydney really turned up the heat to win the game. They kicked 6 goals straight to Richmond's 3-6, which, again, did cost them in the end. 3 goals, 6 is very inaccurate and did cost them the game, I reckon, for Richmond. And they do need to be a little bit better than that in the future. But they were still good and they're just outside the 8 on percentage. Now we head to the Gabba, where Brisbane 16-14, 110 get over the Giants, 15-6, 96. They win by 14 in a performance that wasn't that convincing, but they did get the job done due to a very strong third quarter. The Giants were electric in the first half, and actually the scores was 37-49 at quarter time. It was really high scoring, with the Giants having the better in that first term. They led by about 32 or something at one stage, and then Brisbane managed to bring it back to their terms in the third term to go on and win the game. Brisbane, they've been strong at the Gabba. Haven't been as strong as what I thought they would personally be. I thought they'd be smashing teams up there, but no. But again, this was still a pretty decent performance from them. They needed to win it, and sometimes it's however you can get the 4 points, you do it. And that is exactly what Brisbane did. They got the 4 points, that's the main thing. Toby Green kicked 3 first quarter goals, but the Lions just too strong, winning by 14. Now, down to Cardinia Park we go, where Geelong 15-7, 97 overcame a little bit of a Crows trail on 7-13, 55 inaccuracy again, causing the main problem for Adelaide. But Adelaide were never really in it anyway. It was always the Cats who were the better team. Adelaide 0-6 in the first term. Set them up for failure throughout the whole game, and the second quarter really had them done. They came back within touching distance in the third term after kicking the first 4 goals, but again, the Cats just ran out too strong, getting a little bit of a jump skip on the Crows at the end of that third term, and then the final term was all Cats on their way to a nice big win. Jeremy Cameron and Tom Stewart were just some of the best. And then Sam DeConing gets the Rising Star nomination in this game. Massive win for the Cats, and yeah, they did need that win. They're sitting pretty comfortably in the 8 right now, but again, only just for now. And the Crows, not great by them. Now to the MCG, where upset of the round definitely happens. Melbourne 7-14, 56 get defeated by Fremantle 14-10, 94. The Dockers and the Demons 17-game winning streak, and now that is a big one. And it was all down to that third quarter. We'll go over the first 2 terms, of course. Freo's inaccuracy really did kill them early. They basically shot themselves in the foot, and they looked well done. They looked well out of this game at half time. They were down by 25, which of course miracles can happen, and this was a miracle. The Demons had a really good second term, and the Dockers owned the third term to change a 25-point deficit into a 19 or 18-point lead, which was unbelievable. And then they managed to finish it off strongly the Dockers managed to finish it off stronger in the last term to walk away winners. They made a 31-point turnaround, and they won. So they were down by 31, they won by 38. That is fantastic by the Dockers. And even this could really affect how the top 4 does go. Again, for Melbourne, they were inaccurate, which possibly cost them the game. But again, as soon as Stephen May went down, things did get bad for the Demons. And the Dockers, this is a massive win for their club. Over to the West, where West Coast still have their woes. West Coast 9-6-6 to get smashed by Western Bulldogs 25-11, 161. The Dogs beat the Eagles by 101. West Coast have got some real problems going on, and I don't see their season getting anywhere near better. It can go even worse from here. And they didn't even really compete in this game. They were just gone. They did hang in there for a little bit, but the Western Bulldogs managed to blow it out in the second half. But they were still very strong, always pretty much doubling West Coast's score. Well, doubling their goals and behinds. And then other than that, but yeah, they were still in it in the first term. But again, nobody saw West Coast winning, and it didn't happen. The Western Bulldogs were just way too strong. They had 16 individual goal kickers. They were so good, the Western Bulldogs, and they were big winners in the West, winning by 101. Up to TIO Stadium go Darwin footy and Gold Coast 18-13, 121. Get over the Hawks 17, 7-12, 7-12, 54. Gold Coast win by 67, and this was going to be game of the round, but it's not anymore. This is definitely not game of the round anymore. There was another game that one game of the round for me, but the Suns were just so dominant, and it was basically over at half time. The margin was hovering around 40 points, and you knew, okay, they're done. They are done. There is no chance Hawthorn are coming back, and the Suns just really extended their margin for the rest of the game, and they were just too strong. Were the Suns, and they're looking good. They're looking sharp, the Suns, and they could be in for a finals run this year. They've been good in their past 4 or 5 games, to be completely honest. Even though they may have gone down to the Western Bulldogs, but they still really had a good effort in that game. This game is massive. It's a big smash for Hawthorn. This is not great for them. Alright, now to the Sunday footy action we go, where St Kilda 16-7, 103 get over North Melbourne 7-8, 50. There was nothing special about this game. It was just a St Kilda rampage from the third term onwards. St Kilda were good in the first term, getting a few goals late to really put pain on North Melbourne. They were up 32-14. Second term, not really a lot of action, to be completely honest. The Saints only getting the one goal, and the Roos only kicking the one behind. So it was not a lot of action in the second term. Third term was all St Kilda. That's where they really got on their way to win. They kicked 6 goals in that third term, and final term was also all St Kilda, when they managed to get a few more to extend their margin from about, it was hovering around the same from the third to the final term, but they win by 53 to St Kilda. Big win for them. They really enjoy this one, and they are sitting in the top 4 as well, and they are definitely a team that could finish in the top 4. And North Melbourne, not a great year by them. Now, this game was definitely game of the round. Collingwood 11-13, 79. Get over Carlton 11-9, 75. This one was definitely game of the round for me because it's good. It's 2 good old rivals going head to head. And Collingwood just were the better team on the day, winning by 4 points. And this is really important for Collingwood as well. This does start a charge. Can they make the top 8? That is still definitely open for them. They can still definitely make the top 8. So this could be their year where they do get back into the 8 after a poor year last year. Carlton, they've been very good the whole year, had a few disappointing losses, and this one is also one for them. But yeah, again, Collingwood did give it to them, and this was going to be a really close game, and Collingwood were just a better team in the end, and they've been good this year, Collingwood in parts, and Carlton have been good for most of the year. But yeah, this one was really going to be down to who was better on the day, and it was Collingwood, who had actually won most quarters as well. They were in front for most of the game, or they were in front for more than Carlton, and Carlton spent most of the game trailing in a very good game in the MCG on Sunday footy. Now to the Adelaide Oval we go, where Port Adelaide 9-12, 66 get over the Bombers 6-14, 50, and both teams were inaccurate. There wasn't really anything great about this game in particular. It wasn't really that great of a contest. Port Adelaide had the first 2 halves locked away. Essendon 0-6 at quarter time, 2-9 at half time. Weren't great in either terms. And then they started their charge in the third term, and they actually came back within touching distance, and both teams being goalless in the final term made Port Adelaide hold on to a win, where Essendon actually could have realistically robbed them in this one, but Port Adelaide were just a better team. It wasn't really an amazing game of footy or anything like that, but Port Adelaide run out winners by 16 points. It wasn't convincing, but they get the job done. So there we have it. We've actually wrapped up our round reviews very quickly in today's video. Now, we're not going to make it go out for too much longer. We'll still probably be going for another 3 minutes, which will probably add the length to it. But Sydney got over Richmond 106-100. Brisbane got over GWS 110-96. Geelong got over Adelaide 97-55. Fremantle got over Melbourne 94-56. Western Bulldogs got over West Coast 161-60. The Suns got over the Hawks 121-54. The Saints got over the Roos 103-50. The Pies got over the Blues 79-75, and then the Power got over the Bombers 66-50. Round 12 now is the round that we are fast approaching. It starts the buys, mid-season draft as well, coming up extremely soon at the time that I'm recording this. Western Bulldogs play Geelong in the first game of the round. That's going to be interesting. Before Adelaide take on West Coast at the Adelaide Oval, this one is really going to take it to both teams as well. I still do feel like I've got a pretty comfortable winner in this one. Gold Coast versus North. Footy returns back to Darwin again for 2 weeks in a row. The Suns I've been Darwin for a little bit. Melbourne versus Sydney is the Saturday night game. Hawthorn versus Collingwood and Fremantle versus the Brisbane Lions are the two Sunday games. Two very interesting games as well. Carlton, Essendon, Port Adelaide, Richmond, St Kilda and GWS are the teams with buys in round 12. Here's the ladder. So every team has tasted defeat and victory in the 2022 AFL season. Nice to see that no team is wins and 0 losses or 0 wins and an X amount of losses. Every team is on the board. And the finals race really opening up as well now. It's going to be interesting to see because teams all the way down to 12th, which are in Gold Coast, are a realistic chance of making finals. But yeah, that's going to be today's video. All wrapped up. Big game alert though for round 12. Brisbane versus Fremantle. I reckon that's game of the round coming up. Western Bulldogs versus Geelong will also be a very important factor on shaping the top 8. So, thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you guys in the next video on the channel. Thank you guys all so much for watching. So, bye everyone. Flaming Footy out.